without further ado, our sacrificial poet this year is Terrence Woody. Terrence is a descendant of the Dene and Tawa Hopi people, and he carries the strength, resilience, and wisdom of the ancestors. Coming from the proud lands of Rock Point, Arizona, and Second Mesa on the Hopi Reservation, Woody is a student at Dene College and the 2025 AIHEC Slam Poet Laureate. Please welcome your sacrificial poet, Terrence Woody.
أهلا نشكرش لنشكاسينو أوتونشنيكي شاشنكتشينيشنو زيشبشتينا داتا تفشيدو كيتاكشنال. My name is Terrence Woody. I come from Dene College in Rock Point and Second Mesa. I am your sacrificial poet this year and also your previous year 2025-2026 champion laureate. So the poem I will be talking about, a little backstory, is I created this poem I believe last year, right after I lost my mom in a truck accident, and I just lost my grandpa last year. Basically, this is a poem that's in memory of both my parents that I lost. The title is called Hakoene, Goodbye. Where do I start? Where do I end? How do I even begin? Shanela Estan, Shanela Heskin. Where am I? Shimasane Shiche. Where are you? Shi. Shima. Shije. Who am I? Shibehosa. I call your names into the quiet, but the wind is the only one that answers. Nihene Benashni. I remember your voices. Opahatlasin. Your laughter. The way you call me by my name. Now the house feels different. The world feels bigger, and I'm standing here, alone. Sometimes I look at the sky and wonder if you see me. Sometimes I close my eyes and hope you hear me. Nui miss your voices. Nui miss the stories. Inaki of your ma. The feeling that everything will be okay. Even though you are gone, your love walks beside me. So this is not only goodbye, it is thank you. Thank you for the life you gave me, for the love you left behind, and for the strength I carry because of you. In your memory, I will sing a song so my voice can carry my love to you. Hey, oh. With every note, I remember you. With every word, I honor you. Hakoane, goodbye for now. Until we meet again. AIHEC.
Mayaye for hearing my words. I appreciate all of you sincerely. My poem is titled Home is Behind, the World Ahead. My people once walked the trail where they cried, a desolate time, full of sorrow and bitter roots that kept us barely alive so we could reach an unknown land. We endured unfathomable loss and misery in the determination, though, that our people would live. In my youth, I often heard Jalagi being spoken in my family's church, which the missionaries told us to build so we could gather and conform to their ways. And for some, this is the case, but for others, it was a way to continue speaking the principal people's words and never forgetting who we truly are. In a lonesome and bleak time in my life, I faced the Wakian in the early morning. I went out into the land with an aching and empty heart, ready to let go of my suffering. But I waited for a whisper, and as the wind dried my tears, I promised that I would return to that place one day and share my blessings of a family and a warm home to Heaven Dweller and the Thunder Beings. I will thank them for their kindness, for having pity upon my heart and my spirit. I turned to go back home, but the Aniawi stood before me, and we held each other's gaze for a precious moment. As they turned away, I fell to my knees and wept. Unetlana, I have been heard. The Aniawi are the deer clan of the Jalagi, known as swift hunters and messengers amongst the people. The message I was given was clear. You keep your promise, we will keep ours. See, language is more than spoken words. It is the way your mother hugs you. It is the sweet laughter of your best friend, the soulful eyes of a doe and your ancestors. For many nations, their words are past or slowly fading, but if there can be a revival of our ancestors' prayers and songs, we must push for it. As we are Aniyan, we are the principal people, we must always cherish that we are the ones who stomp the earth and shake the heavens. Every morning, Nelina gives you say, Kaliliga gay the hani, ko hiiga the gal nathani, ko hiiga the gal del kwai, ko hiiga da ji wanisi. Ji samad akwatli nikida, ost gehesti ko hiiga. Wado.
Okay, thank you, Emily. Up next, we have Cody Campiani from Kiwana Bay Ojibwe Community College.
Hello. All right. She was a First Nation woman with long dark braids, silver rings, ball cap, gas station shades. Boot heels chipped at a faded white line. She was walking back home on County Road 9. Her mother paces in the kitchen in the pale moonlight, a tremble in her voice that something wasn't right. She's walking every step over in her mind. It doesn't take that long to walk County Road 9. Mother called Officer Crow, voiced in on the phone. My daughter's out there somewhere, cold and alone. He searched all night looking for a sign. There's not a living soul out on County Road 9. Her smiling face was stapled to all the telephone poles, another missing girl that everybody knows. She was a bright young woman and doing just fine. The whole town's searching down County Road 9. They call you missing like you fell through the road. The darkness took something that wasn't its to hold. Officer Crow met the sheriff at the boundary line. That smudged smoke lingers down County Road 9. My sweet girl, where does your spirit roam? Mother is calling her stolen daughter home. We all miss you, but time can't rewind. A lone drum beat echoes down County Road 9. The wind carries our voices calling your name through barbed wire fences and fields without claim. Dust on a shoulder and a chipped white line, still no answer on County Road 9. Every hospital in the area reported no Jane Doe, and the Federal Bureau called back Officer Crow. We'll send an agent out, but these things take time. Red tape the length of County Road 9. Her cousin tied tobacco with trembling hands, whispering her name to a listening land. Elders prayed in a language older than time, and the words fall heavy on County Road 9. Officer Crow, now retired, drives the route real slow, still listening for a scream that happened many years ago. Mother's up late, and the porch lights left on all the time, and a red ribbon unfurls on County Road 9. All those years gone by, your room still looks the same, in our project and your regalia hung in a frame. You have a plaque on a bench that people visit all the time. It's a place to rest when you walk County Road 9. You cannot hate what you cannot see. Nobody to name, a faceless enemy. Just a long stretch of road and a faded white line that swallowed her whole on County Road 9. She was a First Nation woman with long dark braids, silver rings, ball cap, and gas station shades. You'll never walk alone down that faded white line. Her spirit is still walking down County Road 9.
Okay, thank you, Cody. Now we move on to number 3, Frederica Thomas, Navajo Technical University.
Hello. The title of my poem is called I Choose to Love Myself. 7 years lived in quiet spaces, 7 years of whispered promises, resting gently between us. We spoke of marriage like it was inevitable. A small home, a child with your smile, a future we thought was already waiting. Until that summer night. The sun sank behind the houses, bleeding pink gold into the sky. Juniper trees stirred in the warm wind. Everything felt ordinary until it wasn't. You didn't raise your voice. You didn't hesitate. You just said it. I don't love you. 4 quiet words, heavy enough to shatter a lifetime. Silence moved into our apartment, louder than any argument. But time does what time does best. It moves. Morning light returned, and slowly, so did I. I stood up, made my bed, dressed not for anyone else, but for myself. Somewhere between quiet days and quiet nights, I found something I thought I had lost. The sound of my own laughter. Healing wasn't thunder. It arrived softly in small, stubborn acts of courage. And sometimes I remember the beginning. Carnival lights spinning above the New Mexico State Fair. Pink cotton candy on my fingertips. You winning me a tiny Squirtle Pokemon under that Ferris wheel sky. We whispered the name Emmy like she already existed somewhere in the future. I wrote it once on a small piece of paper and tucked it away. Some dreams leave quietly, but they never truly leave. Now I stand here, strong, whole, unapologetically alive. And for the first time, I'm falling in love with myself. She'e ayo nihijen b'niyet nitin. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Frederica. Now, number 4, we have Puti Sawi, Little White Man of Oglala Lakota College.
The land hand remembers low rumbling, the ground crumbling, blihich iyaye, relatives stumbling, children's laughter converts unwillingly to screams. The iron horse transferring aghast takujas to concentration camps, you called residential schools, watching as they freeze, attempting to return home. Keyamaka cradles our indigenous children, beaten, tortured, and killed from churches built on the rib cages of toddlers. Trees weep as they burn alongside our babies. They remember observing flesh offerings for Wakatanka during Sundance transform into genocide. Dancing relatives turn into fallen warriors. They watched as buried evidence escalated. Now we excavate small bones, discover dirt-filled baby moccasins, 6,509 and rising, and you still revise our history, colonize our trauma, sculpt it into your own comfortable shape. You scream, get over it, like it's your favorite song, these melodies of white supremacy, and go back to where you came from, spat into the faces of the First Nations, La Tokayaha Unkupina La Untipi. You plague children's minds with lies while you preach in churches praying to your whitewashed God. A facade of willing migration when really 60,000 of us died because of your Indian Removal Act, our trail of tears. I need you to know, we are not your Indians. We are nations. Our blood stains the soils and rocks of the Praha, Sapana, Mahoshicha. The trees still weep with our elders after they watch relatives brutally hang, shot in cold blood, babies freezing in ditches from winter snow. We will never forget the Wounded Knee Massacre or Dakota 38. Our scalps, your trophies, our braids cut to disconnect our nahi, a spiritual genocide. Like a skinwalker, anemic limbs and bloodthirsty desires, attempts to replicate us, you lie, throw us in unmarked graves, bury us with your delusions and guilt. You wear our culture as if it's costume. Remove clothing as easily as you discard our generational trauma. You wear our identity like a memento. Fabricate our history if it makes you sleep better. But Oglala Laklotapi, we are indigenous peoples. We are the First Nations. Our existence is our resistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Patesowi. Up number 5, we have Alexis Perot of White Earth Tribal and Community College.
Buju, this poem is titled Quintas. I reside where sun meets moon, two lights in one body, a bow that's bent and whole all at once. My heart keeps two tempos, one drum and one flute, and when they overlap, the night becomes a doorway I can walk through both sides into day. They call it choice as if love and self were a coin to flip, heads and tails again and again until somebody wins. But I am not a coin. I am a river with two currents carrying both fish and memory, carved rock and open sky. I am not a translation error, not a confusion of names, but a map of self drawn in hopes of rain and sun, a dialect of courage spoken into the quiet mouth of a new dawn. You see, love comes in two frequencies, not in halves, but in harmony. One voice for the body, another for the spirit. Two songs braided into a single chorus. And sometimes Mir sings a chorus I can recognize. So I learn to name myself aloud even when the broom may hold its breath. Two-Spirit is a home I carry in my chest, a doorway that invites community to circle closer, to honor the fullness of a person who holds more than one truth, without apology, without erasure, without apology again. To the world that wants single stories, I am a living legend of multiplicity, a doorway of mercy, a reminder that gender has nuance and love is a line that is infinite. So let the screaming of our identity shake these prison walls. Let the drum beat say, you belong here, you belong here, you belong here. Let the chants rise like pollen in the wind, fertilizing a new future, where language refuses to be reduced to a single tongue, where love refuses to be set aside for a whitewashed history, where sovereignty is not a distant flag, but a living, breathing truth. Gazokwe indígena kaz, kuchijing indígena abeg indunjaba, indudemakwa. I am me, and I think that's more than enough. Miigwech.
All right, thank you, Alexis. Moving on to number 6, we have John Baca of Southwestern Indian Polytechnical Institute.
This one's called Winter Morning. The cold, crisp morning air stirs me. A rooster calling to wake everyone up. The sound of an axe chopping through the logs. The bed springs creaking as I move around. The house silent and still searching for any warmth. Leaving the comfort and warmth of my bed, the cold air hits my entire body. I push through to grab a small log and hatchet and swing it down. Once, twice, 3 times, to make splinters to help start the fire. I place the splinters on crumpled newspapers before gathering and igniting the lighter, the small flame dancing in my fingers and supplying the house with its only warmth. I place the flame on the paper, and it quickly spreads to the splinters and the small logs. The entire house soon warms up as everyone comes out of their rooms, ready for the day.
All right, thank you, John. Moving on to number 7, we have Naina Matowi of Oglala Lakota College.
I am just a pup, a metaphor that fits all too well. A beggar with the choices all on the receiver, whether to give me the love and attention I've so desperately craved and never truly experienced on my own. I get lost too easily, whether it's in your eyes or on this road I've chosen to go, whether it's in this moment or the life experience that chose to blow. The form of a wolf cannot be taken until I'm successful. Whether it's in your heart or on this stage, you will know me, I say as I turn the page. You don't know what it's like to have emotions that are tag-alongs from what you grew up with. To find your original unlike any other from even the others. To have within you the birth of lost feelings that explode when another's heart gets too close to call for comfort, though it screams for it. Or do you, is all I ask. But before you dive, this I say. Here it goes. The story of a torn persona about to spill her soul to a world so cold, a hopefully simply unknown, praying someone will let her in and realize I'm the fairy tale to follow. And I'm next.
Okay, thank you, Nina. So now we are on to number 8, our last one for this round. We have Marcus Altaha of San Carlos Apache College.
This is called The Writer and the Beater. I'm the quiet, awkward guy that fell for the girl with tattoos. The artist that beads. I find her beautiful even as she squints and gets mad when she spills those size 11 beads. This is the way a writer talks to that Apache girl that swore she would never, ever, ever fall in love again. I watch her in the soup of beads at her paws. That's what I call her fingers, because they're small. I think You love the rain, I tell her. I might be wrong, but allow me a moment to try to decipher you. I think you love the rain because of the clouds, the way it blinds the sun and highlights the things that haunt you. One less prying eye, I tell her. She says nothing. The way the gray matches the sad that hides behind your sunny smile. It's the way a distant thunder seems to calm your racing mind. Your eyes shut, you listen, and you listen to the storm approach. You probably smile too, I tell her. She says nothing. Knowing that even the earth can cry too is probably what you like. As the clouds tear open and the rain falls, that's when peace enters your heart. Am I right? She says nothing. Tears fall from the heavens and cry upon your skin. It hides the rain that falls from your eyes. You don't mind because no one questions your tears in the pouring rain. The crash of lightning and thunder is the scream that you hold back. But no matter how a storm rages, it does not match what you hold within. Yet in this moment is when you finally let go. Am I right? She says nothing. The pain, the sadness, being alone, everything that weighs you down is gone. In the pouring rain, you are baptized by the tears of the clouds. It eases the hurt and washes away the sadness until the next storm comes. I see the rain in your eyes. They come from the same storms that haunt me. Finally, she looks up from her soup of beads and looks at me. Nay, don't be somehow, she says as she hits my shoulder. Take this as a warning. Dating a native girl isn't for the weak.
All right, so semifinalists in round 4. Again, in no particular order based on score, but this is how we will run the poems. So we have Cody Campiani, Pate Sawi Little White Man, Alexis Perot, and Dinah Matowi. These are our 4 for the semifinal round, so please come up, grab a chair. Our judges are ready, so we'll get started in just a minute or less. Okay, they're ready, our judges are ready, Brad's ready, so I think we'll get going. All right, here we go. So first up, we have Cody Campiani.
Nervous. All right. Where did you go, my old friend? I knocked at your door to no end. I crossed your threshold, holding my breath inside. That bitter scent you tried to hide. You swore you'd quit. Just give it time. Right after this, just one final climb. You said the choice was yours to bend, just not tonight you would defend. In your chair sits a figure shaped like you, a hollow frame I no longer knew. Your laugh still echoes down the hall, but the joy is left long before last call. You said you weren't caught up in that snare, like all that torment wasn't there. Not today, just one more spin, then you'd finally be able to win. I watched you stagger down the hall. I reached for you each time you'd fall. I carried you when you could no longer stand, always there when you needed a hand. You pushed my hand away in spite and called my concern a pointless fight. Said I was cruel, that I was wrong, that I had judged you all along. The words you threw were sharp and wild, no longer the you, the one who smiled. You said you hated what I'd become, as if my caring had left you numb. I tried to hide you. I tried to find you in your face, to find my old friend that time couldn't erase. But every time you chose to tell, but every lie you chose to tell built brick by brick your private cell. You left yourself before you left the room, like flowers choosing early bloom. You traded daylight for a haze and called that fog your better days. Where did you go, my old friend? At what soft lie did truth just bend? Your happy place became a tide and pulled you further from the side. I hope you found some kind of peace, a quiet where that craving ceased, though truth be told, you slipped away long before that final day. Maybe now you're that distant star, burning silently from afar. So distant and so high, the only way you knew, but shining bright the way I remember you. Where did you go, my old friend? I waited for that spiraling to end. You could have stopped at any time, you always said. When you finally quit, all hope was dead.
All right, thank you, Cody. Good job. Next we have Pate Sawi, Little White Man.
My roots are two pairs of wrinkly hands and hearty laughter in a softly lit kitchen with silver lining memories from early days before dark hair turned gray. My roots live in a warm home with plush carpet floors, walls sprawled with flowering lineages that beckon from their well-worn frames. They speak Lakota in the sweat lodge and ask the stars about my name. In my dreams, they chart a path for growth, even when I insist I'm not yet ready. My roots teach me how to sing a prayer, guide me in strength when I feel weak, and reassure my safety. When no one watches, they dress themselves in moss and leave me a trail of dewdrop kisses. When no one knows, they make chiaka sun tea, leaving the sweetness when I need it most. My roots comfort me when my heart is breaking and sing to me when I am most in need. They remind me to smudge, to sprinkle lavender buds and cedar into a ball of sage. They tell me, do not worry, and show me how fast prayer can be made. They sound like a powwow, laughter at Sundance, coyotes in the prairie at night, and when soup begins boiling. My roots smell like my grandma's permed hair, and speak with humility like my grandpa, sneeze like my sister, and cry like me. My roots dress in ribbon skirts, but change into pants when things get dirty, and they braid my hair for me. They dance in thunderstorms, take naps in river streams, and whisper my capabilities through the mist of my deepest dreams. They tell me stories carried from all those that came before me, and sing to me to sleep on nights when my mind is breaking. My roots keep me on my feet and remind me of the possibility for peace. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pate Sawi. Next, number 3, we have Alexis Perot.
Buju, this is my poem, Missing But Not Lost. This is not vernacular homicide. This is gross eloquence. My heart aches and pulses with a tender pain, and my fingers, like spider legs, sift through the dirt that carries you. And I'm digging to find something. My fingernails caked black in the wet soil. I'm desperate to search for a fragment of a lost memory, or perhaps even a sign of you within myself. Anything I can hold as a treasure, just to remind me that you too were physically here once. I can't even scatter your ashes. I walk through fields that remember every heartbeat that never returned, kernels of corn bending like bowed heads, listening for whispers in the prairie wind. The night will take your shadow and ask for a souvenir in return, but instead we plant your name in the soil. That is, if we are lucky enough to even bring you home. And we let it grow into a marker of legacy, We track the memories you left behind, the laughter you carried in your pocket, the way your voice could light a room and scare away the dark. Murder isn't a statistic, it's a heartbreak carried in the throat of a mother. It lingers like an illness, like smoke encapsulating lungs. It suffocates and holds you prisoner. We choose justice even when the road is paved with silence and fear, even when the maps say safe, and we know the land still holds all of our missing. She knows our people and loves us as a last act of kindness. Bodies decomposed back to the soil where they were born. We teach resilience with the same hands that cradle an obituary photo of you. We teach to keep speaking until the echo becomes a whistle of wind through a new dawn. So I repeat, this is not vernacular homicide. This is gross eloquence. Miigwech.
Thank you, Alexis. Number 4, last one in our semifinals to go here is Nina Matowi.
To preface this, this will be in my people's Lakota language, and it is for my baby cousin niece. You know, Native families are. So this is called Kelsey. Ami kujaye iyan shtoksha ke. Wachiankakte otehikeye. Dakushicha wachishni. Doksha wagalikteye. Empetuajin. Niye iwachukteye naha. Lokota unspechichikteye. Oyate iuha wayakikteye. Niye namiye kjiglihuni. Ogala la makhoche akamani. Wiamita iota chila ohinia. Wiamita iota chila ohinia. Wiamita iota chila ohinia. Wopila.
Okay, so first poet in the championship round, Wate Sawi Little White Man.
I am from choke cherry seeds and early spring laughter. I was born from the sound of eagle whistles between teeth during Sundance. I carry the weight from a heavy heart who has been to more funerals instead of weddings, and the prayers left behind from my grandparents carry me. I remember the prayer songs and the smell of burning cedar and sage and pine needles pricking bare feet in a summer breeze. I come from people who love to love and laugh. I'm learning how to carry that love for me. I am becoming tired of the shell I used to be, tired of the way my hands shake and resiliency is deafening. I honor the scars and the tear-stained walls because I learned about strength through my collapse. I hold on to the love I was given, and I dream the stars remind me that love is infinite, that I am made of love, that I am infinite. I hope that my wishes echo into the oblivion of the night and find their way back to me, so that I remember why I continue to breathe. Thank you.
Okay, next to the stage, Alexis Perot.
Bonjour, this is my poem and it's called Dissected. Pick me apart and eviscerate my insides to find the things that you like, because I am not measured by who I am, but what I carry. I want you to stare at the scars on my skin, the hand marks around my neck, the zip ties around my wrists, and the bullet holes in my back. Tell my mom I ran away. Tell them that it couldn't be helped, that I'm just another case after all. For the drumbeat keeps time in a language no one bothered to translate, until the ground opened up and swallowed the truth whole. You look for me in headlines, but I am not a headline. I am the echo of a birthday cake left half lit on a kitchen table. I am the braid of grandmother's prayer tangled in the seatbelt of a car that never came home. I am the lullaby you forgot to sing because the sound of your own fear clung to your throat like cement. In 10 years, when you do eventually find me, I will only be identifiable by my teeth. So I am thrown into the sun and burned to ash. My grandmother scatters me across Reading Lake. I will reside next to my father and with everyone who died before me. I will rest until you find me again within you. For I am the country's memory, stitched into the stars and stripes of a nation that swore to protect us. Because ignorance is bliss, but silence kills. Miigwech.
Without further ado, our winner of the 2026 AIHEC Poetry Slam is Pati Sawi Little White Man from Rala Lakota College. Congratulations, and congratulations to all the poets. That was a tremendous job this evening. Thank you.